Hello and welcome back to Bets in Bed. This is episode 6, and this week we have 2 cards to break down for you. We have three cards. Oh, wow, we had a third. Throwing some boxing in the mix. Or one FC maybe. Well, I'm excited to see.
NFL. I have NFL picks.
Oh, NFL picks.
That I'm trying to get out there this week. I'm pushing a new agenda.
Okay, perfect. Hey, we're calling it Bets in Bed.
Now capping on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. We are coming to you live from Australia, and our bed situation is a little bit more compact, so we thought we'd give you a better aesthetic here. But anyways, the cards we're breaking down, like the 2 main ones at least, is the Ultimate Fighter finale, the heavy hitters at 145 for women's, and as well as UFC Fight Night 142 taking place here in Australia, Tuivasa versus Dos Santos. So before we get into those cards, just want to give a quick recap of where we're at for the season.
Matt's doing bad, Nick's doing great.
I was going to say, I have an announcement to make, and that is I'm officially ice cold. Ice cold. I went 3-0, or 0-3, 3-0 on losing.
0-3.
3-0 on losing last week. So I'm down 620 for those of you keeping at home on the season, and Nick was 2-2 last week. Down 170.
Still down. The Curtis Blades loss hurt. That hurt us all, I think, as an MMA community.
Yeah, I think we're all in mourning still, but he's still up on the season at plus 220. So
still in the black if you're betting with me.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of action this week, so hopefully things turn around.
This is a big make or break week for me. I'm gonna throw it out there right now. This could be. I'm either gonna be so far ahead that I'm just gonna play not to lose. I literally could just go in with the safest picks ever, or just dogs, just 3 dog at a week, only lose the 300 at worst, or I'm gonna lose, like it'll be over.
Yeah, this is
by the end of the week.
This is a rabbit in the hair situation where he's trying to run away with it, and I'm hoping he gets tired. So let's start things right off. You want to go first with your picks for the finale?
Yeah, sure. And I'll start off with one of my most lopsided odds picks, like one of my highest favorites. I believe it's the second highest on my card, and yet it still is the pick I would say on here, let me just do a double check. Yes, that I feel the worst about. So we'll start bad, work into the good stuff. So, main event, I'm going to start right at the top. Kamaru Usman, RDA. I don't really have a feel on this either way. Usman has definitely not fought anybody like RDA or anybody that has fought the caliber of fighters that RDA has fought. RDA also against guys that are just super strong. Mm-hmm. I just feel like he struggles. It just gut reaction, gambler gut reaction, he struggles. So, what I do like though is I like how the pace is probably going to be slow. Mm-hmm. Or if it's fast, Usman looks way bigger than RDA.
Yeah.
So I think you're gonna have, if RDA starts piling it on, you're going to have almost like a Robbie Lawler situation where it's like, he just won't go down, kind of a thing. And if Usman's winning, it's going to be grapple fat. Like, we're just clinching. And I don't think he's going to put RDA away. So at minus 225, I am going with this fight just goes to decision. Period. That's what I got. I just don't have a big feeling on it either way, but I feel like the first round's going to be a lot. I don't think anyone's coming out of the gates firing. Mm-hmm. Usman isn't blowing anyone's hair back with head kicks, crazy strike. I mean, he's knocked out like 2 people or something. I don't know. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Usman's game plan to win has a lot of clinch, a lot of time running off the clock. Very, to stick with my football analogy, very fullback use all 3 downs to get the first kind of strategy. And I just think that if RDA is going to win, he's piling up points. Like he's not going for finishes. He's just going to the pile up, leg kicks, headshot, just kind of outpace and work. So I like the decision there. But again, I will say, it only gets better from here. That's my most uncertain pick of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. I don't necessarily like the value there at minus 220. No. It's a lot to put on to go to decision, but when I envision this fight, I don't see either guys finishing each other, and which brings me to my long shot of the week, which I am taking for a half a unit, so for only $50. I see RDA by decision at plus 465, which, don't get me wrong, I do think Usman should be the favorite in this fight just because he's bigger. RDA struggles a lot versus grapplers, but Usman, people forget that Usman's stand-up game is very, very close to absolute trash. He's a super athlete, great at grappling.
It's recycling bin level.
Yeah, exactly. It's recycling bin, like the clean trash. But it's not great. And RDA has been looking very solid on the feet. So I could solely see maybe Usman taking the first couple rounds and RDA coming back late and just picking him apart on the feet. And Usman's going to have trouble taking him down maybe in those later rounds. So that's my half unit pick, is going to be for him by decision plus 465.
Fair.
And so I do have another pick on this card. And this one's just pretty cut and dry. It's Pedro Munoz over Brian Caraway, minus 215. Caraway's fought once in the past 2 years, and it was a loss. Munoz looked very good as of late, and I just think he's a better fighter here. So I feel pretty confident in that pick for 1 unit, minus 215.
Brian Caraway mentally shattered after Miesha Tate left him.
True. I mean, I would be
winless since Miesha Tate left.
I mean, after those cans, you don't just come back from those cans walking out. I'm sorry.
Wait till Paige Van Zandt leaves her husband. Never sniff a UFC shot. So this is the one that I forgot if this is on this card or if this is the Saturday. I think it's this one. But this is my maybe lock of the week.
Ooh.
It goes down as a maybe because as of this recording, I don't think they finalized it yet. But Antonina Shevchenko, the girl she's fighting was like 5 pounds overweight, and Shevchenko came in like 1 So there's like a 5.5 pound weight discrepancy, and the Athletic Commission is considering scrapping it.
Oh.
So that is why it's my maybe lock of the week. If the fight goes through, I don't care about the weight advantage, despite the record that overweight fighters have against people that actually take their job seriously. But it's a huge. This is the highest minus I got on the card, minus 290, but rightfully so. Antonina Shevchenko doesn't quite have the wrestling, maybe not the spinning shit that Valentina has, but long, strong, ready to get the friction on. She's just gonna batter this girl in the clinch, and also, it's the Shevchenko. We got the Shevchenko push. Like the UFC wants to put sister co-main main event. The fight's probably fixed. And they're there's a good chance this is fixed.
It probably is, and even if it's not, these women are the human versions of just an assault rifle. So I feel like they're whoever you put in their path, they're just going to destroy. So how did I miss that on this fucking card? That's just me not doing my research. I don't know,
but that's my lock.
That's a good line there. Damn it.
I have a backup lock of the week, but it's a little more ambitious. But that's the first one. So if that fight's live, ignore the other lock that's coming later in the show.
Do you have any more picks for this card?
I don't think so, but again, I could be wrong. So we'll move on.
Okay. So next up now we're moving on to the Saturday night card, Sunday for us. Tuivasa versus JDS. So first off with the bat, I have Tyson Pedro over Shogun Rua. I have it because I do think it's a little bit steep for what it's at. He's like minus 400, like 480. And it's been just going up. Don't quite feel so confident about that line, so I decided to take him for plus 140 at by KO or TKO because I think in the last 3 Shogun losses, they've all been by KO or TKO, and Pedro is a fucking monster, so I see the vision, and it's going there. So for 1 unit, plus 140.
What he said.
Got it. All right.
So I have the exact same thing on the card. So another one. This might shock some people. Again, I said I got a lot of dog action on the card this week. Again, I don't know why this guy constantly gets buried down on the card, but I got Joseph Benavidez to lose to Alex Perez by decision. I have Alex Perez by decision at plus 110. I think Joseph Benavidez is washed. And people will say, well, 2 fights ago he beat Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
2 fights ago, Henry Cejudo didn't beat what was getting KO'd by Mighty Mouse inside a round. Now look at him. Different Henry Cejudo.
True.
That dude had he had his head up his ass in terms of MMA still. Now that he's actually good, they run that fight back, it is not going the same way. Then you get Joseph Benavidez, who vaunted wrestler, team alpha male. Sergio Pettis dissected that dude. Absolutely carved him up. I think you got another contender, great scrambling ability, significantly better wrestler than Sergio Pettis on paper in Perez, and significantly better scrambler. I think Benavidez is going to show kind of that he's washed here.
What are the odds there?
It's plus 210 for Alex Perez by decision.
Plus 210.
I don't know what the Alex Perez straight up line is. I think Perez is the favorite though.
Yeah, I mean, I think Benavidez is right now winless with the blonde hair. Had he gone back to regular style hair? which is the paint on brand because I'm a very big fan of the blonde hair. But
he has losing hair is what he's got.
Yeah.
And he is losing.
But he does have a winner's wife, so I mean, but that's a pretty big distraction.
So does Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, true.
Tito Ortiz had a winner's wife.
True.
Like, I'm just saying.
Do they have him on way on the undercard on this one?
Yeah, I think he's not even on the main card. I think he's on the FS1 preview. I will say that Joseph Benavidez stays getting fucked.
Yeah.
He's
company man.
Right? Yeah. Company man cleaning the bathrooms. Guy can't catch a break. He's at. I think even when he fights for title elimination, it's FS1 headliner. They treat him like shit. Alex Perez is about to treat him like shit. Run with that plus 210.
All right. Well, anyways, on to my next pick then, and this pick pains my heart. And after watching some footage, I was hoping I'd be convinced the other way, but I gotta go with Justin Willis over Mark Hunt. It really, as much as I want to see Mark Hunt with a KO, walk-off KO into the sunset.
Is Justin Willis the big ticket?
No, Big Pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, which is, I think...
Walt Harris is the big ticket.
Yeah, and there's something like that. I think it's Big Pretty or something
Pretty.
like that. But, dude, the guy's a monster. I think he has to cut to 265. He hits like a fucking brick truck. And if you think the UFC...
You just described both of them.
Yeah, true, but one's 44 years old. And
one's
it's been
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, exactly. And if you think the UFC is going to do any favors for Mark Hunt while he's leaving, the only thing that Dana White wants to see is Mark Hunt get KO'd on his last walkout. Just one last fuck you. And so I think they're giving him a pretty tough matchup here. I really want to just bet. I was debating being I'm just going to throw it all. I'm losing all my bets anyway, so might as well throw any sort of judgment call out the window. But no, I got to go Justin Willis, minus 125 here for 1 unit.
I'm surprised that they didn't just give Mark Hunt Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah.
Just drive home the stake of fuck you can't sue us.
Yeah.
Very surprised. So my next one, guys, I got to come clean. When I bet from just a straight hip shot and I got nothing else going for me, I'm going to let you guys know. This is a hate bet. Mostly, so I'm taking hometown boy Jake Matthews against Tony Martin, mostly because fuck Tony Martin. I don't know why. I find that guy mad annoying. Kayla Harrison's boyfriend, I feel like he's trying to ride that train, kind of like Travis Brown almost piggybacked Ronda back in the day. I hated Travis Brown. I feel like it's got to be kind of on brand for me to hate judo girls' boyfriends for whatever reason. I'm not really sure if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick with that train. I think Jake Matthews is stronger, and Tony, I know I think he pulled out a win last time. He recently did something impressive, if I remember correctly.
I think he fucked up with Flair.
That's what it was, and Ryan LaFleur sucks. So, I just don't like him, and Jake Matthews is kind of cool. Hometown Australia, he's right in his backyard. That's a hip bet. Guns out, no aim down sight, fire shots. But I saw that and I was like, I don't like this Tony Martin guy, and I know Jake Matthews is actually good. So at minus 115, I'm taking Jake Matthews.
Yeah, I just think that's an exciting fight in general. I was going to take Tony Martin there just because I want some stake in this fight. What's going to end up happening is just I'm probably going to shoot from the hip 5 minutes before the fight comes on because I need some stake in this fight because I think it's going to be an entertaining one. And then, so this brings me to my final pick. So you're going to have a couple to make up, but
4.
Yeah, so 4. So we're a lot of Nick picks this week. So for this one, I'm going main event, Tai Tuivasa over JDS. And mainly because, one, it is impossible to hate Tai Tuivasa. He's everything the UFC needs. And it just...
In shape.
Pretty. The ideal male body.
Doesn't swear in the media.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink.
Responsible drinker more than anything.
I was going to say sober.
Yeah, exactly. And it also works perfect. As we're losing a Mark Hunt, we're just gaining a Mark Hunt 2.0.
Alcoholic.
Yeah. So I just want to root for this guy so much. And the biggest factor that led me to this is, one,
what you're going to say. And
JDS in his last 8 fights has flip-flopped back and forth.
Last 9, folks.
9 fights. Has flip-flopped back and forth. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So in this week, my Jeff Fisher lock of the week to keep it 500 is going to be Tai Tuivasa. He's going to get JDS right back down to 500.
What he said.
Yeah.
And as an add-on, I'm putting the Tai Tuivasa at plus 165 on by TKO. Sorry.
TKO, yeah.
By plus 160. No, by TKO, Tai Tuivasa. Because honestly, I really don't know if I see him winning a decision. decision. I feel like if this goes, even though fought a very and I forgot what this was. It might have been on Heavy Hands. Shout out Heavy Hands, guys. But they described it perfectly. Where Tuivasa normally is coming in reckless and he's throwing pow. Andrei Arlovski fight was encouraging because we got to see cardio, got to see a pace. I didn't get to see him do the jiggly dance, which sucked. But we know he can fight over the course of 5 minutes, but he fought super patient, and I think fighting super patient against JDS is going to just get him jabbed, stomach jab. It'll be quite the pacing of that Arlovski fight. I don't know if he wins that fight against Dos Santos. So if he does win, I'm
because he cracks him.
Yeah, right. He's gonna crack Dos Santos, and that'll be it.
I looked up the line of. So I was also thinking about the TKO with up plus 165. Then I also saw Tai Tuivasa inside the distance, also plus 165.
Yeah, because there's a 0% chance.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. There's no value there at all.
Right. So that's my last pick on this card. Move it over. I mean, when big things are happening, I'm gonna bet on. You better believe during the Super Bowl weekend, we're giving you Super Bowl picks. You better believe during Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury weekend, we're giving you boxing picks. If the Antonina Shevchenko fight falls through and I need a different lock of the week is, or my new, I forgot how I phrased it at the start, but alternate lock of the week, Tyson Fury at plus 140, and then dog of the week, live bullets. Tyson Fury by decision, is it 50? Plus 250. Doubling down on Tyson Fury. This fight is basically potential. So it's just, is Tyson Fury going to be Tyson Fury that fought Klitschko, or is Tyson Fury going to be Tyson Fury that just got back in that tune-up fight that he had not too long ago? I'm betting the former, because the former. That last Deontay Wilder fight against whoever that Mexican guy, the Cuban guy that we don't know how old he is, that dude, I forgot, Ruiz or Ortiz? Ortiz. Yeah. Ortiz. He barely got out of that fight. Now, it was an awesome fight, and Deontay Wilder obviously has that Randy Johnson 117-mile-an-hour fastball that he could knock any heavyweight out with, for sure. But I think right from the jump, outside of Wilder coming out and landing a couple bombs in round 1 and 2, I think right from the jump you're going to see this as boxer brawler, and I think Tyson Fury's going to dance and jab and score all the way home. I don't know that. I think by round 6, round 7, Wilder's got for sure heart of a champion, but he's not Wilder is not, or Fury is not going to just plod forward and want to pocket exchange like Ortiz did. He's dance, jab, move, cross, dance, jab, move, cross. And so I think that's an easy. I love that line. I was honestly kind of. I understand it. Didn't look super great in that initial. Didn't look super great in the initial comeback fight. But I like this. Plus, John Jones, Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya, all combat sports legends that love cocaine. There's one more spot on the Mount Rushmore. Tyson Fury. So take Tyson Fury to the bank as both a dog, an alternate lock. That's all I got for you. No NFL picks this week. I'm sandbagging you guys with those.
Yeah, but in the future, we promise to give you some good. Maybe we'll probably get some good.
College bowl season, I'm going to roll out my bowl pick of the week.